Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2020. Happy Tuesday. Today, you'll still be working on volcano erupts in your goal formatives. It is Tuesday, so you'll be working on 7, 10, and 13. And today, in small groups, we will be reviewing the answers for numbers 3, 4, and 14 and reviewing those questions in small groups this afternoon. So just make sure that you do answer that call in your Google Hangouts when I call you. Let's go ahead and go into our focus. What are we learning about? Our standard is we're going to be referring to details and examples in a text when explaining what the text says explicitly and when drawing inferences from the text. Don't forget what explicitly means directly from the text. And when we're drawing inferences, we need to use the explicit information and our schema, or what we already know, into actually drawing up that inference. Your learning target today will be the student will be able to refer to the details and examples in a text in order to explain what the text says and when drawing inferences from the text. Your essential questions for today will be: what are details and examples? What does explicit mean? What is an inference? And how do I make an inference? Let's go in to watch our vocabulary. Remember, you can sing along, dance along, because nobody's watching you.
Vocabulary. When you go by your friend's house to see if she's home, and the house is all dark and you don't have your phone, she doesn't answer the knock. What could this be? She could be hiding in the dark. She could have moved to Greece, but those don't seem likely. So you take your best guess. She's probably just not home. No need to stress. When you take your best guess, you infer. Whether you observe the clues or you read them in the words, you reach conclusions from details or evidence. Clues that you see in the real world or sentences, like Jasmine was cranky. She had bags beneath her eyes. Her head was droopy. She was yawning all the time. You infer she's tired, didn't get a good night's sleep. Jasmine's not a shepherd, but you think she needs to count sheep. She didn't tell you she was sleepy. She didn't have to say, cause the clues were like a sign that she was wearing on her face.
I read between the lines what you don't say when you tell me that you're coming my way. I read between the lines to infer the truth. I'ma take my best guess with you. I read between the lines what you don't say when you tell me that you're coming my way. I read between the lines to infer the truth. I'ma take my best guess with you.
It's your birthday and you are amped, but when you ask Jasmine to hang, she says she has plans. You glance in her backpack and hello, you see a flashlight and 2 bags of marshmallows. A little later, you overhear your friend Samantha ask Jasmine what time, but you don't catch the answer. And then she says, I won't tell. Jasmine have trust. And then she sees you looking over and she starts to blush. So think it through. Everything you observed, read between the lines. What can you infer? Maybe Jasmine's throwing a surprise party for you. The conversation that you overheard was a clue. And where could it be? You infer it's at a campsite where you roast marshmallows and might need a flashlight that night. Could that lead you where you never been? And suddenly, and yeah, it's all your friends.
I read between the lines what you don't say when you tell me that you're coming my way. I read between the lines to infer the truth. I'ma take my best guess with you. I read between the lines what you don't say when you tell me that you're coming my way. I read between the lines to infer the truth. I'ma take my best guess with you.
All right, so when we're drawing inferences, we're going to go ahead and go over the notes that we have. Make sure to also refer to the anchor chart that you see over here to the right. But our notes are, what is an inference? Well, an inference is something that we're trying to figure something out about the text that the author did not say explicitly or that wasn't stated clearly in the text. Also, how do I make an inference? Well, you must combine the details and examples from the text with your schema. Okay, so you're combining both of those in order to be able to come up with an inference. You need the details. Details are the important words and the phrases. Examples are the things like characteristics of its kind or illustrating a general rule. Your schema is any of your prior knowledge and background knowledge. And now I want you to think about what the text says explicitly. What text evidence is in the text to help support what you think it might mean? What do you know already? What's your schema? And combine that information to make your inference. And to start with some question starters, we have right here, this could mean, or I infer, my guess is, maybe, or I think. Remember, just because it's your guess or what you think doesn't mean that it's always right. You need to take the explicit information and the schema to go ahead and join the two in order to get it right. Here's the questions that we'll be looking for to answer today. Why were there more animals than just the rooster after the neighbors complained? And why did the neighbors think it was peaceful and calm on the last day when the rooster crowed when they complained about him at the very beginning of the story? Well, you need to go ahead and remember that always good readers want to preview first. So we want to think about some stuff first. So what details do you remember from this particular story? And which details do you think are important? Have you ever had to read between the lines in order to be able to understand something so it wasn't told to you explicitly? So let's go in and read our text. Once there was an old man. He had a rooster that crowed every morning. The neighbors did not like this, so they came to visit the old man. They talked to him about his rooster. They asked the old man if he could get his rooster to be quiet. The old man replied that he couldn't get rid of the rooster, but he promised to fix the situation within a week. The following morning, the rooster crowed and a donkey was braying. It was very loud. The neighbors came straight to the old man and complained. The old man reminded them that he promised quiet in a week. The neighbors went back home. The next morning, the rooster, the donkey, and a cow made a lot of noise. The cow could moo as loud as the donkey could bray, and the rooster could crow. These loud noises woke all of the neighbors up, and they complained bitterly to one another. They continued each day for a week. Each morning, a new animal would join the noise. The noise grew louder and louder. By the end of the week, the neighbors marched to the old man and demanded that he fix the noise. The old man promised that all would be quiet in the morning. The following morning, only the rooster remained. He crowed just once, and the neighbors couldn't believe it. The morning was so peaceful and calm. They went to thank the old man for his kindness. Okay, so think about those questions that we were just asking for before. Here are some key details. We have some of the details in the examples. The following morning, the rooster crowed and a donkey was braying, and it was very loud. We also have the next morning, the rooster, the donkey, and a cow made a lot of noise. The cow could moo as loud as the donkey could bray, and a rooster could crow. These loud noises woke up all the neighbors. And this continued each day for a week. Each morning, a new animal would join the noise. The noise grew louder and louder. Finally, the following morning, only the rooster remained. So, how can I make an inferences in a fictional text? Well, I'm going to take my schema. I meant my text evidence. So the cow and the donkey were also very noisy. The neighbors complained more than the old man reminded them that he promised that he would take care of the problem within a week. The old man got rid of extra animals. The neighbors were happy only the rooster was crowed. The neighbors thanked the old man. Well, my schema, people get used to the noises over time. People would prefer one noisy animal over many noisy animals, so the neighbors could see the rooster crowing as quiet. So there were many more animals than just a rooster after the neighbors complained because the old man wanted the neighbors to see the rooster crowing as quiet. By adding more animals that made a lot of noise, the neighbors would eventually get used to all of the noise and then, by comparison, see the one rooster as quiet. I could also take this in with our schema, going in with, well, when we're in the cafeteria for lunch, it's very, very loud. But then when we go back to the classroom, our voices are a lot lower and we are more in tune to what we're doing and focused. So the noise level is down because it's not everybody talking at once. And so it's more bearable to have that little bit of noise compared to the cafeteria noise. Going into our next question, we have, once it'll let me change it. Okay, making inferences again. So why did the neighbors think it was peaceful and calm on the last day when the rooster crowed, when they complained about it at the very beginning of the story? Well, from what we saw, the cow and the donkey were also very noisy. The neighbors complained even more. And the old man reminded them that he promised that he would fix the problem within a week. Also, the old man got rid of all of the extra animals, and the neighbors were happy, only the rooster crowed. We also have the neighbors thank the old man. Well, what is my schema from that? Well, people get used to noises over time, like we mentioned. Also, people would prefer one noisy animal over many noisy animals. So they were used to the noise of many animals. So what can we infer? The neighbors thought it was peaceful and quiet on the last day when the rooster crowed because they were used to the noise of many animals. The old man added a noisy cow and donkey after the neighbors first complained. The neighbors listened to the noisy animals for a week, and when the old man got rid of the extra animals, the rooster seemed quiet in comparison. So let's see how well you understood. Question time. All right, so like we went through and I modeled for you, why were there more animals than just a rooster after the neighbors complained? Go ahead and read your answer choices. I'll give you a moment. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. And that's 5 teacher seconds. All right, so see, the old man tricked the neighbors into thinking the rooster was quiet by adding more animals so that they wouldn't have to get rid of the rooster. Yay! He was smart. Next question. Why did the neighbors think it was peaceful and calm on the last day when the rooster crowed, when they complained about it at the beginning of the story? Go ahead, read your answer choices. Five teacher seconds again. And see, the neighbors became used to the sound of the rooster, donkey, and cow, so that when it was just the rooster crowing, it just seemed much quieter, like I said with the cafeteria. Getting in today with your independent work, you will be working on carefully reading the Big City Fun, the text that's in your Go Formative. It will be questions 6 through 10 today. And also you're going to be creating your own Kahoots. Now you're going to be using it from the text Big City Fun, and you will be creating explicit questions or questions you can answer directly from the text. You can find it, you can touch the answer, and inferencing questions. So what things can you come up with to identify that? I would like at least 5 questions minimum in there, at least 2 explicit and 3 inferencing, so that we can have that. I also want you to play with your friends. Let's see how well everyone does. Also, make sure you're participating in your small groups. I will be calling you. All you have to do is answer at your assigned time. If you're having any difficulties, it is not ringing on your end, please shoot me a message and I can go ahead and send you the link so that you can go ahead and be added to the call when I do make that call, just in case you miss it. Also, what you may do, you can make up any missing work that's still open and work on any redo assignments you may have. and finish any incomplete work you still have. Make sure you complete through everything. And your small groups, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in Zoom and small groups. Bye. Talk to you later, alligators.